everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course I hope everyone has an amazing day so far. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. I will keep it short. On this channel you will find lots and lots of seasonal decor DIYs and daily decor DIYs. So if you like this content and you like what you see, of course I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot to grow. So enough talking, let's jump into our new inspiration for today. And here you see what we will use for this DIY. Of course, our smaller tumbling tile blocks. What would we do without them? Of course, we have our paint at your choice. You can choose any color you like. I have here my little container. A lot of you already know. Here I have my supplies, which I need most of the time. Scissors, cutters, markers, brushes, pencils, and you call it. And I have it in this container. And of course, our wood glue. And I use this wood glue, but you also can use hot glue. But I tell you every time again, if you use hot glue, be careful that your DIY is not falling apart. And of course our saucer with some old piece of kitchen towel which is wet. So this is what we need. What we're going to make, we are going to make some stacking books, and I'm tried already a couple of times to make them, but I never was really satisfied how it turned out. Of course they were nice, but not really the way I want to have them, and I had them in my head. So I'm going to try to give it another try, and we're going to do it with the smaller blocks. I also did the other ones with the bigger blocks, so we will see how this will turn out. So where we're going to start with is of course 2 rows of 11, because we are going to need later to cut it. So we need that it is has time to dry. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So of course we need 11 blocks, and we need here again also 11, and we need to do this at first. So like I said, it needs a little dry time. This is also 11. What we're going to do, we're doing very easy. On the side some glue. This is number 1, number 2, number 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 and 10, and of course number 11 is the closure up. Squeeze it and make a nice straight line. And like I told you many times, if you have a metal hook for making everything in a straight line, please use it, because if you like it, it's totally fine, because I don't use it, but you don't use it. I am just a little stubborn. So I'm going to do it out of just eyeballing it for me, if you call it, if I'm correctly. This is number 2 and 3. I do it as fast as I can, but the blocks are already against me. They are sticking at my fingers right now. And this one, and over here, and number 10, and the last number 11 is the closure up again. Make sure that you have a nice straight line. Press it together. That's really important, that you give some pressure on it. And I have to look for, because this one is a little shorter. I don't know if I like it or not, because we need to do this one in 3 pieces. So I have to look for if I like this. He is really a little short. I think I'm going to place this one out and do another one in between. If you have also the same, that one of the blocks is smaller, just pick them out and use them for another place in your DIY. So don't throw it away, just reuse it later. So we're going to give it this some rest, and we go further with the DIY. So I have both of them in a straight line. I'm going to place them aside like this, and I'm going to go further with this one. I always use 2 mats, and I see already he is very messed up. I don't even get this paint off. I don't know what it is. It is paint on water base, but I don't know why it doesn't go out. So I need a new mat. What I'm going to do right now, we're going to again do 11 blocks. It will be a very easy DIY. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, 11, and we're going to do the same. I know for a lot of people this is a little boring, but for everyone who enjoys the step-by-step. And number 4, I'm doing it fast as I can. Of course, I don't do all the books with you. We only do one book together. The rest you can do later. So, and this is number 10 again. And we're going to squeeze it again. And like this in a straight line. And press it. And that's a great thing. Even when you see later a little that is not totally straight, you can redo it again like this. So give it a little time to rest. You see here, he needs a little over here. Now we're going to do again 11 blocks, but don't worry, I'm going to do this one a little bit faster. So you see, I have my 2 rows of 11, but of course, this is only the front side. We also need a back side of the cover of our book. So I'm going to make again 2 rows of 11. So you see, we have our 4 pieces of 11. We are going to take 2 of them, place them on the side, and we already do this one with some glue, and later there will be a little piece extra for the cover on the front and the back, because if we use only this 2, it is a little too small, then you don't see it as a book. It gets an even front, and that's not what we want. We want that the inside of the cover is a little bit, of the pages are a little bit inside. So, but this is so easy to make. And we're going to do this one and this one. This for the back side. Very carefully place it on the side, because it is still not dry. And we don't like it totally dry, because then you can work with it anymore. So again, a little glue. We're going to place them aside and place them together. Now you already have almost the front and the back. So we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. So in the meantime, while these 2 are drying, we are going to get 3 blocks. We're going to do the tops over here and of course on this one. And we're going to roll them together. Very easy. Squeeze it and press it together like this. This is number 1. We're going to make another one. Very easy. We're going to make kind of a frame. And we're going to roll this one also together until one piece. And we're going to get our little piece of kitchen towel and wipe away. We're going to do again 3 pieces. And we're going to do also over here on this one. And again, roll them together. And the last of 3 for the first book is this one. And now we only need to do the sides. And this is again, squeeze it, press it together. And we're going to wipe away. Whoa, you will see already, we are already gone. We are going all over. And we're going to make sure that we have it in a straight line, because that's really important. And we're going to get 2 blocks. We're going to, very easy, glue them together also. Again, this is number 1. This is number 2. Number 3. And the last, number 4. And this way. So we have 4 pieces of 3 and 4 pieces of 2, and we're going to let this dry in. So we gave them a couple of minutes rest. Now what we're going to do, we place 1 on the side, we place 1 on the side, 1 on the side and 1 on the side. Very easy. Do some glue over here. Oh, and we do some glue over here. And we do it over here. And on this one. And again, place them down and squeeze them very carefully together in a straight line. We're going to do here the same. Roll them together until a straight line. Squeeze it, press it, place this one down, and you do the same. You make a little bit a higher side, like this, very easy. Squeeze it, and again, squeeze it very tightly, so everything is fitting very nicely together. And you do here the same, a little bit of wiping, and again, squeeze it, because you have to be sure that everything is fitting very nicely. Squeeze it, press it, and let it rest for a couple of minutes. So we gave it a couple of minutes. What we're going to place, one over here, one over here, and we are going to place the 2 blocks on the side. So what we're going to do is very easy. We just do some glue on this side, over here, and on this side. We place it down. We do here the same on this side, and we're going to do it on this side, and we're going to place it down again. And of course, first what we're going to do, we make sure that we have it almost already on the height we need. We do one over here, and we do one over here, and we're closing it up with this one very carefully, because everything is not dried in yet. So give it from the side a little bit of pressure, but not too much. A little bit on the, especially on this side, give some pressure, because if you do it in the middle, he will be crashing inside. So that's not what we want, because then we can start all over again. And we work with our fingers to feel if we have a nice straight line again. And this way, and give it a little pressure over here. And we're going to let this dry. And you see already, we did let it dry in. Of course, our front, our back side of the cover, the inside of our, and the back side of the book. And we are going to do, now we have one of the 11 pieces we just already made as first. We are going to place it, because if you're going to place this on top of here, on the back side, you see that here is a little piece over. On this side is a little piece, but on this side he is straight, and that's not what we want. We want to make a little piece out of here, and we're going to glue this on top of here. So also on the front, it is a little bit of an overlay, the same like you have on the sides. So I'm going to get my ruler, and I'm going to make a nice little, I think I'm going to go for this side. I'm going to go for, it only needs a little piece, so you don't need too much. And you just get a pencil and you go over it until you have the line, which you can see if you use a saw, hand saw, or a jigsaw. So because I am already old, I need to have a big marker, because or else I don't see it. And I'm going to make a second one, because we need a one on this side and one on the top. So I have my 2 pieces I need for the front side and the back side, and we will see if this will work or not. Maybe he is really going totally out of each other. Everything is broken off. That's not really English. That's more Dutch. At least it breaks. So we will see how this will turn out. I show it to you in a moment. You know, I show you always honest how the DIY is going. So also this one, I used my jigsaw, and this one really did cut in pieces. I did glue them together, all the pieces, so it will be okay. I sand it and it will be fine. The second one did already go better, but you see already he is also broke out like this, and I have to glue everything together on the side. So it is no problem. You easily can make it together. You just glue this one on here, you glue this one over here, and this one in between. So it will be okay, but it is a little bit of a task. I have to be honest, it's not really easy. So I am still debating what I can do. If you normally, I would use the bigger blocks, and then you can easily do for the inside, use the smaller blocks, but of course I also want to show you how everything is made with the smaller block. So we have some obstacles, but we don't let it I don't know how you tell it in English. At least hier, we laten ons niet, niet zitten. We gaan gewoon verder. We are going far further. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this together and I'm going to get my sander and I'm going to sand it off, and you won't see it anymore because you painted. But it is not easy, so I'm not going to lie. So you see already I did glue them on top, and I still need the tops to sand a little bit because he's totally like this. But at the end I found out I have a Black & Decker, such a table where you can sew on, and I did it on the ending. But what I should have done, turn it open that you get a little opening in your table, and then place it inside, and then I can easily with my jigsaw inside. So I did it wrong myself. So this time the second did already go better. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this middle piece, and of course I'm going to spray paint it in the gold color. And of course he can be totally in the gold color because later I'm going to go over, and one side I go over with my paint because that will be the back side of our book. Only this and this will be in the gold. So I'm going to take this one, and of course also from the second book, because I also make a second book. You can make a third one, you can make more than you want. You can make 2 times 2, but I'm going to make 2 books, so we are going to see. I'm going to spray paint this. So my middle pieces of my book are drying. I'm going to paint the cover, the one book in a little bit of the cream color, like this one. And the other one will be a little bit in a darker brown color, because I keep it neutral, and you can go all the way for any season you like, because this is everyday decor. I keep it very neutral. So I'm going to go over it, and I'm going to try the opening that I got from my sewing. I just try to get it in with some paint so you don't see it too much. Like this, you see, if you cover it up with your paint, it covers also most of the time the openings. So I hope this will also. So I do my best. So I'm going to paint both of them, and of course the other one brown. So you see already behind everything I also make my second book. Here is the one panels for the first book, but for the second book I'm going to do the same, but I'm going to use a little bit of the darker brown color, and it looks really awful. If you look in my can, it is really one disaster, but I don't know how it is possible. Probably it is a little bit dried up, so we are going to make the best of it, because the paint is very nice. So, and now I'm going to do with this darker color, I'm going to try to work away the crooked lines as much as I can, because these are from the first 2 pieces I did sew. So they are really not a very nice sight to see. So I'm going to do the best to give it also, even that now, still a high-end look, because you have to make the best of it. DIYing is not always perfect and everything goes right. Also, things are going wrong, and you also see, then you still need to make the best out of it. So we're going to try to give it a nice line, and that everything is still very nice fitting, even when it is not this way. So, but we're going to work with it. So I'm going to do both of them, and then we're going to do the back sides. So you see here the middle piece of our book. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue on the little bit on the inside, so I'm sure that not all the glue is coming on the outside, because we don't want that. So I'm going to do some glue, and I did it in the gold color, but you can do any color you like, because if you don't like gold or something else, just do the inside of the book the color you like. Like I always say, this is just an inspiration, and nothing you have to do what I do, because everyone has a mind on his own. So I'm going to look for if I can turn it very easy. Of course, I have to make sure this way, and I have to make sure that I place it on totally at the ending. So I have to measure it out and make sure that we have it in the middle, like this. And be sure, feel with your fingers and let it dry in. So we gave it a couple of minutes and now we go do the top layer like this. We do some glue also again, as much as we can on the inside, over here. And do on each block you need a little bit of glue. And again, we are going to place this, but we're going to turn it over and we're going to place it this way. Of course, we have to find the ending and make sure that we place it again on here and in the middle, and make sure that you have a straight line like this. And we're going to give it some pressure with some paint can on top. So you see, this is how I dry my pieces. It looks very strange, but just build something heavy on top of here. It doesn't matter. So your book glues better on top of each other. And then later we go do the rest of the cover in the color. I'm going to do my second book, of course, but you see in a moment the next step of this book. So you see, this is how it's looking like right now. I have the gold in the middle and I'm going to do the outside, and of course I'm going to do this also in the white color. I show it to you, it's very easy. You just go over it right now and make sure that you don't come on the front side of this of the sides. So very easy, go over here and make sure that everything has a nice color. And you see already, I have here my books and they are already looking like a book. I love the gold in between because it gives a little bit like a structural gold. Not everything is the same color. It is a little bit with darker, lighter. And what I did, I totally did forget to tell you because everything was open and we need a little piece over here before to give it the look like a real cover of a book. I just took a piece of wood, very easy. This is just from a builder set from children, so, and it is very nicely fitting in here. So I just cut off a little piece and just glued it inside and painted it in the same color. So what you have laying around, it doesn't matter because if you paint it, you don't even see it. Maybe if you have thick cardboard, you also can use a piece of cardboard as long as it's fitting inside of here. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to have here my big bag of letters, wooden letters, and I'm going to look for my word. I use our story, but you can use any words on the side you like. So I place my book on top of a piece of kitchen towel to don't scratch it. So I'm going to lay it on the side and I'm going to place here, because I do the dark book one low and I do the lighter one on top. So I'm going to lay my words out, and of course I'm going to start on the back side of on the underside of the book, and I'm going to try to get it as even as I can, and then I'm going to glue it on top of here. It's very easy. You can do it with some wood glue, you can do it with some hot glue, it doesn't matter. You can do with any glue you like. So this is story, our story, and our will be on this one. So I'm going to do a little bit of wood glue. I hope that is not too much coming out because we don't like that. And I have the little opening already cut very small, but sometimes there is still coming out a lot of glue and that's not what we like. And this is already a number one. And I'm going to do the whole world, the whole bird. So I have both of my books, of course, the lettering on top. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get a piece of my kitchen towel and I'm going to cut off the half like this. Doesn't matter how much, because you don't need too much, like this. And I'm going to place, because we're going to put them together on top of each other. And I don't want to scratch one book for the other one, so because you never know if you want to use them later or to lay them somewhere around. So I'm going to do this one on the underside. Of course, I use this also a little bit as protection still, and I'm going to place this one in between. But of course, you see already I need to cut off a little piece. And if I make sure that everything is sticking inside and it doesn't come out, then I can place the other one on top. And this way you don't scratch your books, because I would, if I am honest, I would really love to have the books this way, but I don't know how. I'm still debating if I do it this way or maybe totally on top of each other, but I think I like it. Then you don't need this, but if you are going to stack them on top of each other, then I would recommend do a little piece of kitchen towel in between. Then you don't scratch the books, and you can even use them later. Remove the letters and you can do different letters, so you can use it for all seasons. So I made my mind up. I want to give them a little bit space over here, and of course you see it normally on this side. So I also did in between. I hope if you see, I built a little piece in between with some kitchen towels. So look for your own way to do it. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to get now some rope of some twine, and I have a little bit of the thinner twine because I want to do it, double it up at least, I think now 8 or 9 times. It looks a lot, it really looks a lot, but the books are very thick, so I need also a little bit of an, at least some bow around it. It also has a little bit more, yeah, you see we say a little bit of body. So I'm going to double it up at least 8 times and then go end here on the top with a bow. So we will see how this look like. So I used it, but you can also use a piece of ribbon with some wire inside. That would be great to give it white. And you do it, okay, you can do some fall ribbon, you can do some 4th of July ribbon, you can do some Easter ribbon, you can change it up for any season. So you see, I have my doubles and I'm going to go under our books. Oh, you see already, he's already trying to get away. And I'm going to make sure that I have it in the middle. A little like this. And then we go on the place where we want to need it, not too high, over here. And we're going to try first to make a nice, the way you tie your shoes, because I'm not a great bow maker, so don't expect big bows from me, because I'm not. So I'm going to give it a little knot first, and I'm going to look for how it is looking like. And of course I have to get everything out of the wrinkles, because it's many wrinkles over here. So I'm going to place it over here and make sure that we have our books in the a little bit out of each other. This way, you see, we still can do it. And then we're going to readjust our bow the way we want to have it. But if you have, like I said, if you have ribbon, you have it a little bit easier than with twine. Twine is always a little bit tricky to work with. And again, this way, I'm going to pull it. But I'm going to work with it a little bit, and you see in a moment, of course, the quick impression. And yes, you thought already you would see the end, the quick impression, but no, I changed my mind. You see on top of here, I did not a bow. I did, the bow will come later, but I did a knot. So I did the knot over here. I pulled my one of the strings over here, one of the strings over here, and I glued it on the back side. I cut it off and I glued it in front of here, and of course in front of here, because I like it a little bit better if you look it this way. Of course you see the lettering different because I have my camera on, but later you will see the right way. But I think I like this a little bit better this way. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have also a piece of old beaded garland. This was shiny beads, so I gave my schoolboy paint and I just laid it, the whole piece, on the table, and I just did with some brush. I painted the whole piece in matte black finish, so I like this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it in half, and I do glue one string over here and one over here. So one will be a little bit on here, and or maybe on here, there's also, and maybe one over here. So it gets also a little pop of black, and then I'm going to do at the end the bow on top. So, and maybe something for the Valentine's season, just a little tag, so you easily can change it up for any season. So now you see really in the moment a quick impression. And yes, now we really have our quick impression of our tumbler towel block stacking books. And I'm so happy how they turned out, especially they look like real books and you can change them up for any season. It's so easy to do. Of course, I hope you give this one also a try because it's so much fun for in your home. But if you are here only for watching, I hope you had fun watching. Do you want to see more DIYs? Come on over to my description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. Of course, if you are here and you're not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. So enough talking. I wish you all an amazing day and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.